Hello, welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a general collective reading for the zodiac sign Gemini, the air sign Gemini. Gemini, this can be your sun sign. Gemini can be your moon sign, maybe your rising, or sometimes called the ascendant. It can be your Mars, your Venus, anywhere Gemini might be in your chart. This reading might be applicable for you. And I do like to let you know that these readings are designed to bring love, light, and truth to those that watch. Take what is yours, leave what isn't. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, share, repost. Any interaction with this channel is really appreciated, really helpful for the algorithm. I am available on TikTok and YouTube under Spicy Sunflower Tarot. So I thank you so much for being here, for playing along, for using your intuition and your energy to maybe decipher interpretations. I do like to use the classic Rider-Waite Tarot Smith interpretations of the classic meanings of tarot, but I also like to go with sometimes what the intuition calls out to say or how something can be interpreted. This is the Journey of the Sacred Bee tarot deck. So I did purchase this from their website. It wasn't available on Amazon at the time. Maybe it is now. It's just a lovely, beautiful, I think a very summer deck. This foil lined edges that are turquoise, just the imagery, the sacred geometry. There's so many beautiful things about this deck. And then I will finish off the spread tonight with an oracle card for you. So Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I'm going to do a classic Celtic cross. And so we're starting off with what is your current position, Gemini? Where are you standing as we get ready to embark upon July 2025? Where are you standing in this moment in time? What is your present energy? Gemini. Present energy for Gemini is Five of Wands. A little bit of strife going on. What's challenging that strife? Pleasure. Couldn't be any more night and day different. What is on the top of your mind? What are you thinking about a lot? You're thinking about sorrow. Three of Swords. At the bottom of your spread, what is your internal or your energy that you're not giving a lot of thought to, but it's definitely taking up space in your consciousness, and that is Six of Swords. Earned success. What brought you here? How did you get here to the month of July? You came from mastery. You became a subject matter expert in whatever field it is that you spend a lot of time. So you are a subject matter expert. You are an expert in your field. What is your future orientation? The Hierophant. You're being looked at as a teacher, as a spiritual teacher. You have very profound wisdom and knowledge to share, and people look at you as if you are a guide. You are like a yogi. You are a teacher, a pope, a priest, someone of specific intellect. What is the external energy? It affects you, but it's not you. It's watery energy. It's the Hanged One. What is your internal energy? How do you feel? You feel altruistic. You feel as if, well, the way the laws of the universe work are, I give, they give. 50%, 50%. It's this, it's that. You see the world as being very reciprocal. It's very altruistic. What is your hopes and your fears? Your hope is dominion. Your fear is dominion. So think about that. What is your final outcome? King of Discs, King of Pentacles. Wonderful. That's a wonderful place to be In the bottom of your deck here, bottom of the spread, is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is all about, I'm going to say it like this, player energy. They come in, they get what they want, they leave. They move fast. They don't waste any time. They are smooth talkers. They know exactly what they're aiming for. They shoot, they get what they want, and they're out of there. So they don't spend a lot of time worrying about where your heart is, where your mind is. They're focused on one thing and one thing only. Quick to move, quick to act, and quick to get out. Just quick. All about action, passions, and desires. So this can be you, or this can be someone in your life that just comes in and goes out. And so I don't know if that's you, Gemini. Are you floating into a situation, getting what you want, and then getting the heck out? It's the bottom of the spread here. It's affecting your reading. If we go back to the beginning, your current position is the Five of Wands. So more fire energy, and this is all about strife. This is about egos. This is about, oh yeah, well, the way I do it is, and then the other person, oh yeah, well, the way I do it is. So there's a conflict, there's some strife, there's some disagreement, there is some just ego battles. It's just BDE. It's a lot of swashing around our wands, battling it out over who's right, who does it better. It's just very egoic. It's kind of silly. It's kind of childish, but full-grown adults participate in stuff like this all the time. So there is some strife in the current present position for you, Gemini. What challenges that for you is the exact opposite energy, the Six of Cups. It's all about pleasure. It's all about nostalgia. It's all about going down memory lane, digging out the photo albums, looking at the pictures, remembering what life used to be like when things were sweet and easy and we didn't have 10,000 bills. We didn't have all these commitments and jobs that we had to do 2-hour commutes. And it's just really going back and remember when things were so easy. Remember when all we had to do was just love each other and that was it? It wasn't complicated at all. It was just so easy. That was so pleasurable. Could we have it like that again? So, the exact opposite energy of where you're currently standing, I think that someone or something is causing you to try to forget the strife and remember the pleasure. So I think that's why it's coming in as a challenge position, as a challenge card, because we are so fixated on this ego that it's easy to forget to go into this energy of let's just be, let's be sweet, let's be tender, let's be in remembrance of how we met. Remember when we met. Remember how easy things used to be. Remember. So going down memory lane in your top of your spread, what's consuming your mind is something in your thoughts. It's the Three of Swords. It is sorrow. It's heartbreak. It's pain. It's three swords stabbed through one heart. And that one heart can be yours. That can be the unanimity of you in a relationship, that one heart. But there are three swords here. So this can also indicate third party energy. So I don't know if where there was supposed to just be two, there ended up being three. But this causing a lot of thought is being given to this sorrow. So I don't know what came along and burst the bubble of the pleasure, but the sorrow is being given a lot of attention in the mind, in the headspace. In the bottom of the spread is the Six of Swords. So much different energy down in the recesses of I kind of think of it as like a basement. We don't really go down there much, but there's success. There is victory. There is Six of Swords can also be I just want to sail away to where the calm waters exist. There's no strife. There's no sorrow. There's no tension. There's no trouble. It's just smooth sailing waters. In fact, it's applicable to this earned success because after all that we've been through, after all of the thoughts and all of the things we've had to think about, I think we deserve to go off to a place where it's just smooth and calm and peaceful. So there's this deep desire and need to want to just be at peace. What brought you into this position, into July, Gemini, is the mastery, the Eight of Pentacles. And that is you being the master of your craft. That is you being a specialist. That is you being a subject matter expert. That is, Gemini, something about you at work. Your fame has preceded you, and you've been given the accolades and the attaboys and the good jobs, thumbs up, all of that by your superiors. So much so that I think that's what kind of pushed you into this position that you're currently sitting in. I don't know if that subject matter expert title caused another coworker to want to take it up with you and get some strife going, and you are intent on, no, I am going to be sweet and sweet only. That's it. I'm gonna think about the things that hurt me, betrayed me. They're constantly taking up space in my brain, but down in the bottom, I know that I just want peace. I want just smooth waters. I don't want to deal with any trouble, strife. There's a lot of air energy. Gemini, you're an air sign, so it's kind of in your wheelhouse to just have all of these thoughts and this communication going on constantly. In the future, is the Hierophant. This is the number 5 in the major arcana, and this is a major arcana for the sign of Taurus. And so you could have a Taurus in your life, or this can just be the earth energy, that very grounded, steady, solid person. This can be you. I think it is. Moving in the future, you are taking the stance of this character, the Hierophant, the teacher, the wise one, the knowledgeable, intelligent, uh, can't really be moved. Where he sits, or he or she sits, is where they sit. And if you have any kind of issue or problem, you're either going to need to take it up with somebody else, or you can bring it to the Hierophant, but they're probably going to outmatch you word for word as far as intelligence is concerned, and just plain wisdom. Even if it's no words whatsoever, just by looking at this individual, you'll know that it's probably not worth it to start any trouble, because they look pretty solid on who they are and where they stand and who they are in this world. That's your future orientation, Gemini. Your external energy, it affects you. It doesn't have to be you. In fact, I don't think it is. Outside of you is this watery energy, this Pisces energy, the Hanged One. And the Hanged One is all about somebody or something that has had to kind of go in a different direction in order to see things from a different perspective. Um, the Rider Waite Tarot has a person that is hanging upside down from a tree. This looks like somebody that's got scuba gear on of some kind, but they're usually in a figure 4 stance, like the tree pose, and they have chosen to be suspended by a tree branch. In this case, it's some sort of like a, looks like playground equipment, but it's sacred geometry. They're being suspended by this. They're held by one foot. The other foot is free. Their hands aren't tied behind their back. They're just placed there. Their head is upside down because they're gaining enlightenment. So they're gaining wisdom. They're gaining knowledge, and it's a very spiritual, psychic, intuitive, daydreamy kind of energy. So they are purposefully here. They're willfully surrendered. So someone around you, I think, is it the person that caused all the strife in the center of the spread? somebody around you that really affects you. Maybe it is somebody at work because you had this subject matter expert situation and now you're taking on the stance of the Hierophant. Then this person is deciding, well, then if you're going to sit and be so smart and be knowledgeable and everything without fighting with me, then I'm just going to go and hang upside down until I can come to a different conclusion. In order to maintain peace between us, I'm going to go into the hanged man, the hanged one energy. And you are taking that as, that's interesting. Because I give 100%. I expect 100%. Because I have given you my house key, I would expect that you give me your house key. You want reciprocity, Gemini. You want equal give and take. You want fair and square across the board. You want there to be nobody is better or worse than anybody else. Everybody's on equal playing field here. And yet, for some reason, I think that's not the case. So, earth energy, Gemini, I think you are standing in this very altruistic stance, but I think you're a little bit disappointed. I think you're feeling a little bit as if things aren't really going the way that you expected them to or hoped that they would. In your hopes is dominion. In your fears is dominion. So while you want to be in control, you want to be in charge of your actions, you also fear that you might make the wrong choice. So there's two decisions to be made. One is your comfort zone, and one is the world out there. So while we can maintain dominion and control over our comfort zone by staying put and not exploring and not expanding and not growing, we can also have dominion of the world outside of us by going out and exploring and seeing new things, meeting new people, being exposed to new opportunities. So it's a little bit of a conflict as far as the Two of Wands. What do you want dominion and control of? Do you want to be in charge of your comfort zone, staying right where you are and just maintaining central energy? Or do you want to go out and have dominion and control over the experiences that you're getting to have in your life to shape you and mold you and make you a better person? It's going to be up to you, but it's in your hopes and fears. Either way, there's good and there's bad. And your final outcome is the King of Discs. And this is all about the King of Pentacles. So the wisdom and the mastery, the intelligence, the staying power, someone who was willing to start with the little tiny seed and grow it into the gigantic oak tree in the yard now that's giving us shade and comfort and all kinds of protection from the elements. So that is the King of Pentacles. He is that wise oak tree that started out as a little ace of pentacles, a little beginning seed, but has grown into this, what we can sit at the feet of now, and we can ask for its wisdom. We can look into its knowledge. We can seek out that Hierophant energy. I think it's very symbolic that you have the Hierophant here in your future orientation and your King of Discs and your final outcome, because that is all about the attainment of what we've put our investments into, and the knowledge and the wisdom and the all of the legacy energy that you could think of. I think that's final outcome for you, Gemini. Something to be very proud of. I'm going to just go back through and do a very quick recap for you so that we can give a general overview. You started off at the bottom of the deck was this Knight of Wands, this very action-oriented individual who just comes in to, for a good time, not a long time, and they're kind of player-like. So that was the overview here. And where we entered the spread for you, Gemini, was in the stance of strife. There was a lot of egoic battles going on. There was a lot of fighting and discontent, and my way or the highway, and my way is better and your way isn't, and yada yada. you were a little challenged by that because you're kind of feeling pleasure. You're feeling peace. You're going back down memory lane, maybe with your lover, your loved one, and you're talking about all those sweet, good times that you used to have. And so this strife, I feel like it's coming from work. I really feel like at work there is just some ego battles, there's some competition, there's some people, slinging around their egos at each other. But I think your heart and your emotions, they're very tied into that person that you love, your spouse, your significant other. I think you're very in love, and you're feeling the love that's being felt there. What brought you into this spread is the Eight of Discs, and that's the Mastery card. So you are a subject matter expert. You're somebody looked up to in your field. You do have a lot of thoughts surrounding the things that have broke your heart. You do have a lot of headspace wrapped up in this Three of Swords, this heartbreak energy, something that broke your heart. In the bottom of your spread is the sailing away to smoother waters card. So you mentally, you don't want to get out of all this strife and this turmoil. You're ready to move on, move forward. So I believe that's why you're assuming the character of the Hierophant. You're becoming this wise teacher, this wise one, this someone that others can look up to. I think you're taking on the role of quiet perseverance, that you're not interested in fighting. You're not interested in ego battles. You're going to just be doing the right thing. And if you don't want to do the right thing, then you can go do something elsewhere. You're not really interested in having a discussion about what everybody thinks is the right way to do it. You're very fixated on this is how we're doing it. The external energy is the Hanged One. So someone outside of you is surrendering what they thought was right. They are willfully surrendering to a different way of looking and seeing things, looking at and seeing things. And I think that might be working out in your favor, Gemini, because that means if they're willing to do this, then you don't have to fight for your way. You can just be at peace, and they can be at peace, and the two of you can eventually see eye to eye. Where I do think what your truest, honest desire internally is for reciprocity, for equal give and take. So while you may not feel like you've had that, I think you're moving towards that. In your hopes and your fears is the Dominion. So a choice needs to be made. Are you going to satisfy your fears and stay in your comfort zone? Or are you going to satisfy your exploration and your wild your interest in seeking abroad to expand your knowledge and your concepts? Are you going to give the winner the winner is going to be outside of you, so it's either comfort zone or outside of you. And so that's going to be up to you, Gemini. You're going to have to make a decision which wand is going to win, comfort zone or exploring outside of you. The final outcome is the King of Discs, the King of Pentacles. So the mastery of the investments in your life, culminating, reaching that pinnacle state of we've got money in the bank, we've got a house, we've got cars that are paid for, we have trips that we're going to go on, just you name it, anything that you can think of that started as a little tiny seed has become now something that we're abundant. We're very abundant. Gemini, that's a great final outcome. I'm going to finish your reading tonight with, for the month of July, an oracle card that can speak to what we need to hear. This is very cool. Listen from the heart, which I think was what the Hierophant is doing. He's a wise, sage leader, teacher. And I think that he's asking you to listen from the heart. So very simple, but also very difficult. Listen from the heart. You have 2 ears, you have 1 mouth, so we should spend more time listening. But listening to the heart requires some very dedicated internal reflection. And I think you're being asked to do that, Gemini. So listen from the heart. This is the number 8. And in numerology, the number 8 is all about prosperity, abundance, and manifestation. So that's just truly awesome, because that is basically the meaning of the King of Discs, the King of Pentacles. So number 8, listen from the heart. Gemini, I thank you so much for your attention. I thank you so much for listening and playing along. I ask for you to know that you are loved, you are blessed. Namaste.